Greetings and salutations to you all once again. It is me, the Ravenous Spectre, and today we have another pickups video. There was a previous pickups video that I did of some Black Friday sale thingies that I had, and I got a couple other ones here as well. Some of these are actually some other pickups that I had before Black Friday, and actually going to end up doing another video a little later because I believe I got like 4 games coming this week. 2 of those were Black Friday deals, and let's see, I think the other 2 were just, or maybe 3 of them were Black Friday deals. I can't really remember. Regardless, though, I have like 4 other ones that are going to be coming, so that'll be in another video. But I do know for sure that 2 of them were Black Friday deals for sure. But anyways, we'll go ahead and get started. All of these aren't games, as a matter of fact. There's a few games, and the rest of them are just other like gaming-related items, if you will. But the first one that we'll start out here with is something that I ended up getting from the Goodwill here, and I got it for probably $3 or $4. And that is a figure pin, or a fig pin as it's called, from Assassin's Creed Origins. And there you have Bayek right there in all his lovely glory. I think it has something here on the back where it looks like you pull this little section off and stick it onto something or something like that. I'm not really sure, but anyways, yeah, I mean, I'm not going to bother to go through the whole process of trying to pull it. Oh, what the hell. I got it out a little bit easier than I thought that I would have, but there you go right there. It's a nice little pin, and considering how much I've been loving Assassin's Creed Origins, and it is definitely one of my top games of the year, I went ahead and got this for about $3 or $4, and I said, yeah, so this is definitely worth it, because when I ended up checking the price for it previously at other places that it was sold at, I saw it was being sold anywhere between, I think, maybe $10 to $12 or $12 to $15, something like that. So yeah, for $3 or $4, that was definitely something worth grabbing up. The next one that I have here is a game, and that is Rise of the Tomb Raider, the 20th, the 20-year celebration of Tomb Raider, the series in general, I guess you could say. It's Rise of the Tomb Raider. Now, this one isn't the one that came with the little miniature art book that came with like the slipcover and all of that. I really did wish that this one did have that, but sadly it didn't, which, you know, that sucks, obviously. But it's all well and good because I used to have this game back on the Xbox One, sold my Xbox One for obvious reasons, and sold the game too, but I told myself I always wanted to own it again. And then I found out that it was finally coming out from PlayStation 4, after for the longest time we didn't know when it was coming out because Square Enix had their head up their ass and basically sold their ass to Microsoft. And Microsoft paid them a certain amount of money, and they didn't make the money back, which I thought was freaking hilarious. Maybe now they're actually pulled their heads out of their asses with Shadow of the Tomb Raider and actually put it on all 3 main platforms, which is obviously PS4, Xbox One, and PC. And maybe it'd be interesting to actually see it come to Switch as well. But yeah, they sold out to Microsoft and ended up getting screwed over in terms of money that they were making back, and I laughed my ass off because it was a stupid business decision. But anyways, the fact of the matter is that this is definitely an awesome game, definitely amazing game, and I thought it was a hell of a lot better than what was on than what the first one was. I really did like the first one, but the second one here was a lot better. But when I ended up selling my Xbox One, and I sold this because I got it pre-owned when I got it on my Xbox One, went ahead and sold it, got rid of them, and now I finally have this one. I actually got it through the Gamers Club Unlocked deal for Best Buy. And it was probably like $16 or something like that, I think, altogether. But the thing is, though, is this one has like a bunch of different other outfits you can equip on Laura. Some of them are just cosmetic. Other ones actually give you buffs. And they actually have like the polygonal type character models that you can use as well throughout the Tomb Raider series, which I thought was really awesome. And it also has all the DLC in it as well, and some other little extra features on here, like a little VR mode, whatever. And like a thing where you're going through Laura's mansion and you're taking out these zombies, and there's another one where you're actually exploring the mansion that she's in, and I really don't know what that's all about because I haven't got to that just yet. But there's another one where it's like another piece of DLC where you're going throughout this Soviet installation, taking out like these zombie type things or whatever it is, you know, because zombies are so big in video games. Every single freaking game you have, it comes out has to have freaking zombies in it. But yeah, there's that in there, and there's like a couple of the DLC. It says it's got VR support here for Blood Ties, new Ultimate Survival difficulty mode, which I will not be playing. New outfit and guns inspired by Tomb Raider 3, 5 classic Laura skins, Baba Yaga, the Temple of the Witch, which is another DLC thingy. Endurance mode, Cold Darkness Awakens, which is that Soviet thing that I've told you about, the Soviet installation. 12 outfits, 7 weapons, and 35 expedition cards. And actually, those expedition cards, I had no idea what they even freaking were until I realized that you use them in like these other stages or whatever, like the other DLC, that you can use those to give you different buffs and debuffs or something in the game or something like that. But anyways, we'll go on to the next one here, and that is Metal Gear Acid. I'm showing it from the side right here because of the fact I ended up putting in the alternate cover that was inside of it. Got it for like $3 or $4 at Goodwill. And it is complete, as you can see right there. Of course, that's the original cover right there, and there's the game and the booklet. And it looks really good too. It looks like it honestly looks like it's almost brand new practically. I was like, dang, $3 or $4, and this is actually one of the games on my PSP list that I've been wanting to pick up. So definitely glad to pick that up because I have the second one, played a little bit of it, haven't gotten too far into it, but I haven't even bothered to start this one up just yet. But for that deal, how can you go wrong? The next one I have here is on the PlayStation 2. It is Gacha 2 Dual Saga. Now, funny story with this, I used to have this game back when it first came out. I played it, I beat it, I liked it. I think I actually cheated my way through it with like Codebreaker or Game Shark or something like that. Played it, beat it, really did like it, but there was some other games that I wanted to get later on down the road, and I ended up selling it, and I kind of regretted it much later down the road, and I wanted it back again, and I just recently found this one for $11. The sad thing is it's not complete. It's just the game itself, and the game itself looks really good, and that right there, that's actually just a receipt that I ended up getting because of the fact that if, something happens to it or whatever, I could just take it back, get my money back, or what have you. But the fact is that I really did like this, especially with the battle system that was in it, where you could pick different combos and different ways to make various attacks in order to be able to attack your enemies, which I thought was really cool. The voice acting in it made me want to bang my head against the wall numerous times. So when I actually start playing this again, I'm probably going to end up turning the volume way down or either muting the TV when they talk, or if there's some way for me to be able to turn off the voices, and I'm going to do it because I don't even want to hear the Japanese voice. I can't stand listening to Japanese voiceovers, and if the English voiceovers sound terrible, I'm not going to listen to them. I'll just mute the TV, or I'll end up turning them off if I can do that or whatever. But overall, the game itself was really fun, really awesome game. I really liked the first one that came out on PlayStation 1. It's one of my top RPGs on the PlayStation 1. And now when they ended up coming out with the second one, I really hated that this series hasn't been utilized more, and they haven't put out more games in this series. They've only put out 2, and I hate that. I was like, I could just imagine what it would be like if they put a third one out on PlayStation 3 and put a fourth one out on PlayStation 4. Have one for each PlayStation console generation. I think that would just be amazing. Or even if they ended up deciding to come out with one on the PSP back when the PSP was selling, or even the Vita now, I think that would just be amazing. But yeah, definitely an awesome JRPG if you guys want to check it out. And yeah, it's turn-based, but I think that there's random battles in it, or you run into your enemies or something like that to be able to fight them. But you pick different attacks to utilize different combos to attack them, which is really cool. And different like special abilities and things that you can get in the process. Let's see. Okay, the next one that we got here is actually one of the Christmas gifts that my girlfriend had got me, and it is a Switch case because of the fact that, considering the Switch is at-home device as well as a portable device, I really want to be able to have something to take care of it in case I ever wanted to take it out anywhere. And that is Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild Switch case here. And, of course, there's nothing really there on the back, and it's got a nice little handle right there. And I actually took this out one day when I was going to go get my car fixed. I had to go get a headlight fixed one day. Nice little Zelda symbol there. And I took it with me, and I thought it was going to take them a while because I thought they might have had other people there. And I was walking around with this, and I'm like, yeah, let somebody tell me that I'm carrying around a purse. I'll jack them right in the face. I'm like, no, motherfucker, it's a damn Switch case. Get your shit straight. But anyways, yeah. But it also ended up coming with these as well, which is little cases that you can put Switch games in, the cartridges. And also, they ended up coming with these as well. There's another one inside of the other case, but this is where you can put the little SD cards as well, which is cool because you can be able to store those up and be able to have those and switch them in and out and whatnot. But yeah, it's got the little hard shell case thingy in here and a little thing to protect the screen. And there's also some storage that you can put up in here as well. So yeah, definitely really happy to have this. Definitely grateful that she ended up doing that for me. And of course, she's going to be using it as well. She's going to be using it also whenever she uses the Switch. So it was basically kind of something for the both of us. But I'm definitely glad to have it. The next one that we have here is well, it was actually a little bit of a deal that was going on. As you can see, it's already a pop figure there. But anyways, the fact of the matter is that GameStop ended up having like a Black Friday deal thingy that was going on where you could buy any pop figures you wanted whatsoever, and all of them, regardless of if they were a double pack, normal size, triple size, double size, whatever size they were, doesn't matter. They were all going to be $10 and under. And sad story was me and my girlfriend actually ended up going to a GameStop. There was a Leia and R2-D2 double pack that she wanted to get. And it said right there that all pop figures were $10. Now, in a way, we thought that maybe that was just the single ones. We didn't know really about the double ones. We took it up to the front. They ended up saying that it was $30. She said she didn't want it. Next day, we ended up going to another GameStop because we were just in the area, because we were going out and about. Found out that, yeah, actually all the pop figures, regardless of whether it's double pack or super size or mini size or medium size or whatever, all of them were going to be $10. But we didn't have enough time to make it back to the previous GameStop before they had closed, so we didn't even bother to go back to it. And they didn't even have that R2-D2 and Leia double pack there at the GameStop that we were at. So that definitely sucked. But it just further goes to show, have your shit straight. Otherwise, if she would have known that would have been $10, she would have went ahead and bought it. It just friggin' sucks. God. Communication. That's what it's about in the workplace. Get your shit straight, especially if you want to make money off of people on Black Friday. Make sure your sales and everything is working and in order. But anyways, fact of the matter is that I ended up finding Goro from Mortal Kombat 10, or X, or whatever you want to call it. And he's definitely got some really good detail on him, as a matter of fact. Let me try to open it up here. And it's really, really awesome on how they have designed him. There you can see him right there. Goro! He definitely looks really cool. I love the design on him and everything. Really, really sweet. And the fact that I ended up getting this thing for half price, because I think the larger ones I think are like $20, I believe, and just got that for $10. So got it half price. So yeah. And another thing, speaking of which, they also had, as you had seen in my previous video, I got the Scorpion one, and I had talked about the Goro one, but at the other GameStop we went to, found the Goro one, definitely liked it, picked it up. And there's a few other ones that I want to get to. And one of the guys there at GameStop had told me that there's going to be a Flaming Scorpion Skull version and a Frozen Sub-Zero version and a double pack coming out sometime later, so I definitely want to be on the lookout for that too. But I saw that Liu Kang was there, and I was like, I really don't want to bother with Liu Kang. He's just like the generic Bruce Lee kind of character that's in almost like any fighting game that you can think of, I suppose. So I didn't bother with it. I didn't really care about it because Liu Kang really hasn't been one of my favorite Mortal Kombat characters, honestly. I just thought he was like really generic. So anyways, but I definitely want to get Katana and Raiden as well and Sub-Zero, so whenever I happen to see those, I definitely want to pick those up. And the next one that we have here is another pop figure, which I never thought that I would ever find, and I never thought, I thought it was like some special convention type of thingy. That's what I was thinking. But it's actually a Barnes & Noble's exclusive because me and my girlfriend go there sometimes, check stuff out or whatever. And turns out it was this one, Frodo Baggins, the Invisible Frodo, which, of course, Lord of the Rings fans, if he ends up putting on the one ring, it ends up turning him invisible. And I was definitely glad to see this. And, of course, you can hardly see it, but I'll go ahead and take it out. I'm actually going to leave it in the box because if I leave it out, some people are going to look at it like, what the heck is that? Because there isn't any color in it, so you can't really tell. But I'll go ahead and take him out and kind of show him right there. He's completely invisible. And obviously this is, his head turns pretty good too. But, yeah, I was definitely glad to find that because I wasn't really going to bother to get the Frodo one because of the simple fact that, well, I don't know. I mean, even though I'm like a Lord of the Rings fan, I didn't really want to have the pop figure of him. I really hope that they finally come out with the Legolas and Gimli versions, and even some of the orc ones as well. I hope they have other pop figures of Lord of the Rings coming out because they have to. There's like so many freaking characters in the Lord of the Rings universe. There's no reason for them not to freaking put them out. I know this video probably won't reach, the makers of pop figures or whatever, but if some snowball's chance in hell that it does, make more Lord of the Rings pop figures, because I'll buy them. So we'll just leave it at that. But anyway, so there you go. You already got somebody right now wanting to give you money so you can make more Lord of the Rings figures. But anyways, the last one that we have here is It's another figure. It's not a pop figure or anything like that. But one of the games, little sneak peek. One of the games that I end up ordering that's going to be here this week is a special edition of Fire Emblem Warriors. But I'll get into that and talk about that when it comes. But I really do like the Fire Emblem amiibos. I don't buy every amiibo. It's stupid for me to even do that. Only the certain ones, obviously, that interest me. And the main ones that have interested me has been the Fire Emblem ones. And I just realized last night that I have, I believe, all of the Fire Emblem amiibos except for 3 of them. One of them I don't care about getting, which is Tiki. And then there's another one, which is actually 2 of them. It's the male and female version of Corrin, which is actually like from Smash Brothers, I believe, or something like that. It was basically the player's choice on whether they wanted to play like a male or female version of this specific Fire Emblem character. And so, yeah, definitely going to end up getting those at some point. I've seen them before, but I've just never bothered to pick them up. But Tiki, I really don't care about Tiki. But the one that we got here is Chrom, right there. I mean, you can't sit there and tell me that that is an extremely badass right there. Honestly, I'm going to go ahead and take it out real quick so you guys can get a better look at him and see what he's all about. But I definitely like how Nintendo has really upped the ante in terms of its designs, in terms of the quality of its designs that it comes out with this amiibos now. I really love how Chrom's cloak there is kind of blowing in the wind, and now he's standing there in his badass pose with his sword and all that. Definitely, this is definitely one of my favorite amiibos because of the overall look of him and how badass he looks. The funny thing was that I thought that I already had a Chrom figure, but I didn't. Chrom, this is the first time Chrom has actually been released in amiibo form. I thought I already had one, but I got him confused with some of the other characters there. And there's like 50 billion different types of Fire Emblem characters, so I can't keep up with all of them or keep up with the names or anything like that. But anyways, yeah, that is all the pickups for right now. And when I end up getting those other games in, I would definitely end up doing a little pickups video and talk about them and discuss them and all that, especially considering some of them were Black Friday deals. So, yeah. But I will go ahead and I will end this like I always do. Later, taters.